Hi guys, it's Becky. If you're new here, then welcome, and if you're already a subscriber, thanks for coming back. Today I'm doing a bit of a different video. I'm doing I think it's Q3 going into Q4 planner update. I've got all my little planners out here, and like everybody else this time of year, everyone starts to release their new planners. Like Hobonichi have started to release their planners, and so it makes you think, like, what do I need, what don't I need, what am I using, what am I not using. So let me firstly go through currently what I'm not really using, which is this pile here. And now it will come as no surprise that this there is a flip through of this. It is a gorgeous planner. It's a manifestation planner. It has monthlies. It's undated. If we get past all this stuff, it has notes. Like I said, I have got a flip if you want to see it in more detail. And then you've got your monthly, and then it goes into your weeklies. I can't find a use for this. I was going to use it as a study planner. I just can't in my head find a use for this planner, so this still isn't being used, and it will carry on not being used. The other ones that aren't being used really are my weeks. I started off the year with all intentions of this being a like Slimming World, health, fitness, weight loss planner. I did it for a couple of weeks. I did do it, I promise. Well, oh here, I did do it for a couple of weeks, and then kind of fell off it because Slimming World still wasn't in person. And then I got the idea, because I watched loads of Lindsay Scribbles videos, that I wanted to do just a functional Hobonichi. I wanted to give that a go. So then came this one, and I set it up functionally, like just put dates in the month, and the idea was to just use it functionally. I did it for a while, but it's repetitive. It was repeating what I already had, so I stopped using this. I ended up putting a kit in it, and I stopped using it in June, so that's currently not being used. This one I did want to bring in. It's a A5 Stalogy, and this is basically just a rough notebook. Anything to do with planning, when I'm planning out new planner systems or my quarterly updates or anything like that, I grab this book and I put it in here. So it's like I've got all the plans for the last few years in this book, so I'm just going to keep this book as that. And you've seen me continuously try and use this planner. This one is the A6 Hobonichi Cousin full year. Again, I wanted to see if I could use it functionally, so I set it up. And I knew with trying these planners that there was going to be a lot of repeating, but it just started to do my head in, like just repeating the same stuff over and over again, and I didn't like it. I love the planner, but the repetitiveness of it I didn't massively like. But there is plans for these planners. What I am currently using and where my dilemma lies, well, no, I've recently set this one up. This is my A6 rings, my Motorm A6 rings, and I've recently set this up, and I'm happy with this. This is a collections planner. It has like things that will change in the front section and lists and things, and then in the back I have got a A6 half year Stalogy where I'm putting my collections and things in there. So there is a video of this on my channel as well if you want to go and watch that. So this is staying exactly as it is, and it is used as and when. The next ones are these three. So I started off the year with these two and the weeks. So this is the Avec. This is the second half of the year. So the first half of the year I used it completely. The only pages I didn't use were the yearly overview. I filled in the months. I wasn't as good with the months, but I did like go in and scribble down some highlights. But this is where I do my sticker planning, and I did it like religiously every week. I would do all sticker planning in here, and then I would journal at the back. And I did that all the way until the end of the year in that book. Then came in the urge for another functional planner. I wanted a full year in a book, so I bought the Hobonichi Cousin. And then what I was doing in here was doing some habit trackers and some like mood chart, and I was recording my YouTube stats and things in there. And then I was using the monthlies functionally, and then the weeklies I'd go in, and it wouldn't be kits, but I would use stickers if I wanted to, and I just prefer the clean look of this. And then to the dailies, when I found my way with the dailies, I'd use it to do the time daily at the side, some to-dos, and then my journaling I'd fit in the bottom. Because in my old book, my journaling, it was always, I always missed a line. Like, you can condense that into half the space, which is what I've done here. And I really, really like this. So, this is the second half of the year of the REBEK, and I've set it up. I haven't used the yearly overview. I've done a couple of months highlight spreads in here. And then I've done sticker kit spreads, but as you can see, that looks the same really, bar like headers and things. Let me find a sticker heavy one. Look, they look the same. So I've done that, and then I'm like pre-planning, ready to go in and plan, but I'm not using the daily pages in this at all in this second half of this REBEK, because I'm doing my journaling in there. So it just seems like a waste. Then I've got my B6 Stalogy, which I absolutely love. But again, if I go back to the daily pages of the full year cousin that I'm using, I've got a timed daily in my B6, I've got a timed daily in there, I've got my to-dos in my B6, I've got my to-dos there, and then I've got journaling at the bottom. So these are the same. These are exactly the same. And on top of that, this time daily really is also what I'm doing here, although I'm not doing it as a time daily. I'm just picking bits out of the day that I want to put on, like the weekly spread. So this and this are repetitive. So I sat down last night with my, I'd normally do it in this planner, but it was late at night and all I had on me was my iPad. So I sat down and I wrote down, make sure I'm on that, I wrote down, I started by like trying to write down what planners I wanted and what I wanted to do, and that wasn't working. So I stopped that, and then I decided I wanted to show you this so that, you know, if you're in the same position of me, you've got too many planners or you don't know what planner to use or anything like that, this is a really good way of figuring out what planners to use. So I started off with a what I want to plan, what I need to see, and what I want to plan to make me functional. I've also wrote a list of potential planners that I like to use. Then I broke it down into monthly what I want, weekly what I want, and daily what I want, and then some miscellaneous and some habit trackers that I wanted to do. I did start a chart of like functional, creative and memory planning, but I haven't really used that. What I decided the easiest thing to do was pick out my favourite planner first. And my favourite planner is the full year cousin. So I was like, okay, what do I want to put in the Hobonichi cousin? So I broke the cousin down into weekly section, daily section, monthly section, and then the yearly overview is down here. So in the weekly section is my daily events using stickers, which is how I have been using it anyway, whether I use functional stickers or character stickers, but I'm not going to use kits. I'm not going to use kits in there. I want my YouTube stats, my Insta stats, and my numeric trackers. by numeric trackers, I mean, so I'll just do an example. So if I am studying Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's the hours. I can just mark off how many hours I'm studying in one colour, and then mark off how many hours I'm spending on YouTube in another colour. So you end up with like a little chart, if that makes sense. So that's what I mean by numerical trackers. So in my weekly section, that's what I wanted to include. In my daily section, it's got daily tasks, reoccurring tasks and study tasks, and that isn't what's happening, but that's what I wrote down last night. And then I also wrote down like an everyday carry, what I wanted in that, and then my B6 allergy. Rather than rewriting everything out, I just used colours. So the blue was for the hobo cousin, the orange was for the B6, and then there's this red here, which I'll talk about in a minute, and then the grey is the everyday carry. So after doing this last night and then looking through it and then coming downstairs in the morning to look at all my planners, and I got them all out, and I used this, and I then just sat down with some sticky notes. We do love some sticky notes. Let me move this one out of the way. And I was like, right, what planners am I going to take forward? Like, and I couldn't decide whether to carry on doing what I'm doing and then start in the new year. And I was like, why? That doesn't make any sense. Like, if you want to change something, change it now, because I've still got another quarter before New Year. So, you know, if I can try this out now instead of waiting, then you know, I won't be wasting money, because I don't like, I'm not interested in the covers and things from the Hobonichi, so I don't have to get in there on release date or anything like that. So what I have decided to do is, the only thing that I'm going to carry on with that is going to stop is my 2 days on a page in here, but when we get to that I will explain that. So firstly, my Hobonichi cousin, I wanted a book that at the end of the year you can just put away and it's got everything in. So I decided in here what I'm going to do is pretty much the same as there, but I've restarted again. I'm doing some habit trackers and a mini mood tracker. So that is what these pages will be used for. The monthly section will be the highlight of the day. So what I've got in here on the monthlies, and I haven't decided whether to use kits or not. I might do, but it'll be a highlight of the day will go in here, because that's memories. Then on the weekly will be like my daily events. Let's just find a better example. Will just be my daily events that I do. It won't be like a pre-plan or anything like that. If anything, it's a back plan. I'll do it either at the end of the day, or, you know, I've got the information in the back if I need to leave it. The side, I want to make sure that I'm including my YouTube stats, my Insta stats, and my numeric habit trackers that I showed you before. So how much time I'm spending on studying, YouTube, procrastination, watching movies. I want to break down hourly of what I'm doing, so there'll probably be a couple of numeric trackers there. So that's how I plan to use the weekly. And then if we go to the dailies, the only thing that is going to change in here is, I'm a bit behind on my dailies, is this section here. So the to-dos, the to-dos don't need to be in here. I've got a record of what I'm doing in the weekly section, so I don't need it again in here and in my B6. So this will still be a daily log. Like I said, this will be as the day happens. Appointments and things I'll talk about later. This side, I've got a few apps on my phone. I don't know what my phone is, and every day, let me just get to them. So every day they pop up and they give me a quote, they give me a a random fact, and they give me like a word of the day. So what I'm going to do is that's what's going to go into this section, and any notes or a little collection or anything like that, that's what's going to go in this section. This will still be my daily log, and this will still be my daily journaling, and I'll still have a little index at the back, so if I do any collections or anything in there, I can still put it in an index, and everything else is just going to stay the same. So instead of putting to-dos in there as well as my B6, this is just going to be like a word of the day, a quote. If there's a big highlight of the day, like Loki starting school or buying a car or 3,000 subscribers or things like that, then I'll put those in there. But I just think that's a better way of doing it. I put like England lost the final, that stands out. I don't need my to-dos in more than one place. So that is what's happening with this one. So this one now, it's just going to go, because all I'm doing is I'm repeating myself. So if my monthly highlights are going to go in the other one, and my weeklies are going to go, the only thing I'm missing is setting up kits, and I get to use kits in my B6 Stalogy, and I can always change my mind. This is the thing, guys, when you make a decision on something, you try it, you can change your mind. You know, we all do. We all have all these planners and all these great ideas of how to use them. We use them, it doesn't work, think about it, reevaluate your system, try that. If it doesn't work, change it again. You know, you're not, I know planners and things are expensive, but this is my hobby. This is what I do like as a job as well on YouTube. If it wasn't for planning, then, you know, I'd be in a really dark place, because this is the thing that makes me happy and gives me joy. So I'm happy with this planner. So what I'm going to do, I haven't decided yet whether I am going to continue to just finish this year off in here. I don't think I am, because I'm thinking to myself, it's just a waste of stickers. It's a waste of sticker kits when I'm doing the same in here. So I haven't decided whether if you want me to carry on with this one, because you really like my weekly memory spreads in the cousin, then let me know. If enough of you want me to, then I will. But I'm happy at the minute not using any kits, and I'm going to be interested to see, because I do use stickers in my daily section, normal stickers sometimes, but the majority of the times it's these like sticker flakes, the like washi stickers, and they're really thin, and I do have a little go at doing some doodles and things sometimes. And that's another thing, I can do like a little doodle up there. There's loads of things that I can do up there. So yeah, I'm really happy, and that's how I'm going to continue using this. I've already started the habit tracker there, and then we're up to September in here, so there's no reason I can't put a highlight of the day. And then, you know, I've kind of already decorated them, so I don't really need to buy the monthly kits in this one. I'll just do a highlight of the day, and then next year when I start afresh, I'll use monthly kits. But yeah, so this one, really happy with. This is staying. So next up on my list is my B6 Stalogy. I absolutely love my B6 Stalogy. This is the planner that I go to first thing in the morning. Like, I use it every day, as well as this one, because I journal in that one. So this one, if you've been with me for a while, you know my general setup of the B6 Stalogy. I did put these two in the front here as trackers, and they're not working. Discount codes, PR codes, they're going into my A6 rings. Monthly overviews are staying in here. So my YouTube monthly overviews are staying in here. My monthly appointment calendar is staying in here. My monthly highlights is staying in here, because sometimes I don't always remember to put them into my Hobin Each Cousin. So I have a calendar for that. I've got some video ideas that'll be staying, so whenever that ends I just go on to another one. These go in shopping list, like purchases, purchase trackers, that's staying, brain dump staying. So in the monthlies I'll have like my monthly overview, because I do like to flick to see what appointments I've got. I'll have my highlights calendar, which is just where I write it in, and I'll have my YouTube schedule. And then weekly, what I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm keeping, I think I will keep a this week, because I do like having a rolling list of to-dos, and I like having like a place for next week. But I won't be doing, I'm going to continue doing 2 days per page in this one, because that makes it last until August, September, and then October, November, December. I've got 3 months in the other one, which will probably go over, because I'm not going to be doing 2 days per page, because I'm getting rid of this side. I don't need to write my daily schedule in both my B6 and my A5, and because I want to pick them both up each day, this is just going to be like a list of notes. And I used to, let me grab an old one, that's what I used to do. I tried out quite a few different layouts and things in this one, but a day per page is more than enough to put down reoccurring tasks and to put down a big to-do list. And it's messy, but you know, I get to lay kits down in this one, I get to do tip-ins in this one. If I need to make notes or anything, I can just go to the next page and make notes. So I love the B6, and I'm not going to get rid of the B6 because it is a integral part of my planning. So like in the monthlies, I'll have an appointment calendar, which will have my like study dates in as well. I'll have my YouTube schedule tracker, and I'll have my highlights. And then weekly, I'll also include a breakdown weekly of my studying, which starts soon. I'll have my daily to-dos on one page, and they'll be broken up into sections of studying, cleaning, work, family, anything like that. And then also like additional things that will go in here is brain dump, or my like rolling weeklies, which I want to try, purchase record, spending log, meal planner. I don't think the meal planner is going in there anymore, but it's going in for now. Video ideas and any notes. So how I'm doing it now, really, but I'm not going to do a weekly timed breakdown because I don't need it in 2 places at once. So I will carry on doing 2 days per page now till this plan is finished, because that's what I've like dated it to. And then when I buy my next, well, I've already bought it, my next B6 salary, it will go on to the new plan. And then this is I mentioned it earlier, I've been trying my hardest to find a use for this. I love the size. I have got a cover and like cover on cover, but when it's in here, it's a lot bigger. And I've just got it in a Lauren Phelps Designs cover that I have got a video on the setup of this. So what this is going to be my everyday carry now that we're going out about and things. It was like stay in my purse or whatever whenever I need it. So in the yearly overview, I'm going to use this as an index. So this will not be, after this will not be a cousin. This is going to be the day free. So what I'm going to start doing is completely ignoring these dates, and I'm going to use it as if it was a day free. But when you get the day free, you still get the yearly overview and you still get the months. So the yearly overview I'm going to use as an index. The months I'm going to use functionally, and then the dailies I'm going to use for any notes, just whenever I want to take notes on anything. And I'm just going to use the day free because it's not dated and I can just do what I want in it. Things like kids' shoe sizes, clothes sizes, like if I wanted items from a specific shop, I can just make a list in here. Brain dumping, mind mapping, anything that I want to do in there. I have used a day free before. I used this is really battered and tatty. I used the A5 day free before committing to the cousin. Ugh, it just looks really messy to me now. Yeah, before I used the cousin, because I just wanted to see, you know, how I'd like it, and just chucking some stickers in and just writing random stuff, which is what I did in here. I just practicing my hand lettering. I've just got somewhere like small that I can take around, and then yeah, then these will just be notes pages. And then if I've wrote a collection, for example, of kids' shoe sizes, then I'll just index it in the yearly overview, because I don't need to do any more habit trackers or anything like that, because I'm doing it in my cousin. So yeah, that is my plan for that one. So I'm looking forward to that. And then lastly is these weeks. So I am going to keep a weeks, because I really do think a weeks for like your health and your fitness and meal planning and meal tracking, you know, it works really well. It works so well with Slimming World as well, because I break the days into breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then my sins, my healthy extras, like my weekly weigh-in. And there's so many ways that you can use it for like fitness and things like that, and so much room, that this is a really good planner for that. So I am like, I'm not in the right headspace at the minute to try and like go on a diet or do anything, but I do want to, as in I do want to get to that headspace, and as soon as I do, this is the planner I'm going to be jumping into, either this one or this one. It doesn't really matter, I've got them both, they both need using. And in here will be like health, fitness, weight loss, meal planning, family meals, like I started to do in the back here. I had breakfast ideas, lunch ideas, dinners, snacks. I was doing my weights, my measurements, you know, all of that. And I got the mega because I thought, yeah, I can write like recipes in there and all that stuff. So yeah, this week's will come back, and I am planning on buying a week's closer to the time, but just not at the minute. I'm not reaching for it because I'm not quite there yet in my own headspace enough to do it, basically. So I'm left with these three, well, and this one, but this one doesn't get used daily, and as I said, the B6 notebook. So out of those 9 planners, I'm left with these 3, and I'm happy with that. I have got this one, and I'm still umming and ahhing about carrying on, because, but then it's just such a waste, isn't it? Such a waste of a stunning book. But I'm just not using the daily pages, and I can't think of anything extra that I want to do on the daily pages, because I've got everything everywhere that I need in these 3 planners. And all I did was I've written down on post-it notes what each planner is for, and then what I'm going to do next is have a look at my routine card, because I have got this pull out from Peanuts Planner Co, and it's got my monthly planning, weekly planning and daily planning. So I just want to make sure that these are still correct with what I want to use the planners for, if that makes sense. And then off I go. Like, it's not really off I go though, is it? Because I'm not changing this for the rest of September, so I'm still going to be doubling it up in both. But I do want this book at the end of the year to be completely full, and so if that just means doubling up for the rest of September, I've been doing it for months anyway. I tend to write my highlights down here, is what I've been doing, but if my highlights are now going to go in the front, I might use this page for some pictures, or just like whenever my kids do something that I'm proud of, or like an appreciation page, or a mood board, or a wish list, or you know, anything big that I want to remember will go in here. So that's it, guys. That is my plan going forward. Like I said, not much will change apart from memory planning in my other A5, which I'm undecided about. I don't really know how this is going to affect my channel, in the sense that I don't excuse me, know I know for sure that my B6 Stalogy setups will stay, even like it doesn't matter that it's 2 days per page or 1 day per page, I'm still going to be setting up my B6 Stalogy. So like that, this one will just be like a rolling lists. I'll only ever need to do like a setup video of this, so you won't really see that on YouTube. But what I am thinking of doing is filming these as like a weekly plan with me, because I am going to have the information in the back, so we can do that together if you'd like. So yeah, there's going to be less videos. I will still try and post three videos a week, but I'm not just gonna use a planner for the sake of using it just to put it on YouTube. It's pointless, and it's stressing me out, and it's making me not enjoy planning anymore, because I'm like, oh, I've got to do this memory plan, or I don't want to do it, or I'm behind on my functional, and I'm not functionally planning. I'm not working functionally because I'm just back planning everything all the time. So I just wanted to sit down, have a refresh, have a think, and say, right, from now on, this is what's gonna happen. So yeah, that's it. I hope it did help a little bit, guys. If you're thinking of what planners to get, it is definitely worth, I don't know where that, it's definitely worth, you know, writing down what you want to plan, the potential planners you want to use, and just watch loads of YouTube videos, break it down into sections of what you want each planner to do and how many sections it has, and just to get the most out of each planner that you're using. I definitely think that this is a good way to go about it. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.